Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back from spring break. I hope everybody's was awesome. If it's my fifth and sixth hours, I am somewhere over the United States flying right now. So let's take out you should have worksheets already for section 9, A2 simplifying complex fractions. We're going to just continue on where we left off from adding and subtracting. And today, simply got a complex fraction by two different methods we learned today. Okay. You can see what they are. First one is we simplify a complex fraction by writing it as a division problem, which is easy because if we can write a fraction as a division, we just change it to multiplication, flip. Okay, so remember, a complex fraction can look like this. We can take 2 1/2 divided by 3 1/4 and write it as 2 1/2 over 3 1/4. And we can break apart 2 1/2 as 2 plus 1/2 and 3 1/4 as 3 plus 1/4. Now that is a complex fraction because we have a fraction over a fraction. That's all it means to be a complex fraction. And again, you don't have to have both. If you just have one fraction on the top or on bottom, it's still considered complex. Okay? And we name everything the same as before. The top part is still called the numerator. The whole part is the numerator. That's your main fraction bar. Those aren't. And then bottom here is still called the denominator. Okay, first method is we're going to write it as a division problem. Okay? Since the main fraction, the big one, represents division in complex fractions, what we're going to do is change that big division into a multiplication and flip the bottom fraction. Division, change to multiplication, flip. So first of all, write it as a single fraction, so it means we might have to find common denominators. Then change the big fraction bar to multiplication, and go ahead and multiply. Perform the indicated division. Okay, simplify each complex fraction. Okay, so on top here we have 2/5 plus 1/4, bottom 1/2 plus 1/3. Well, in order for us to do this, we've got to get a common denominator up here. So the common denominator is 20, multiplied by 4, over here multiplied by 5. Down here, common denominator is 6, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 2. And then go ahead and simplify. 2 times 4 is 8, 1 times 5 is 5, and 1 times 3 is 3, and 1 times 2 is 2. Common denominator is 6 and 20. Now again, you don't have to write all this, you do it all in one step. And remember, if I'm talking too fast, since you're watching YouTube, just hit the pause button on the bottom and catch up writing, because I'm going to talk kind of fast. So some of you can get here through this a little quicker. Now just we'll go ahead and add. So our 8 plus 5 is 13 over 20. On the bottom we have 3 over 2, 5, 6. Now change this division right here into multiplication and take the reciprocal. Flip just your second half. So it becomes 13 over 20 times 6/5. Multiply straight across or do cross canceling, doesn't matter. And then reduce. And you can't simplify that anymore. Now down in this one, example 2, common denominator is 2. 1/2, got to change this to m over 2, so multiply by 2. Here the bottom is already done. Okay? But what we can do is factor out a 3 out of here. Doesn't mean it'll help, but it might cancel, it might not. So I'll just do it. Again, write this now as 2m plus 1 over 2, and bottom doesn't change. Go ahead and combine like terms now. 2m plus 1 is 2m plus 1 over 2. Change this into your division sign. Then now change it to multiply. Now obviously if I was doing this for real, I would not write this step. I'd go right in from here to multiplying by the reciprocal. I'd go right to this. And now I just start canceling stuff out here. So I look in here, look at that. 2m plus 1, 2m plus 1. Glad I factored out to 3. Okay. Also, 2 and 2, gone. What's left? A 2m and a 3. See? Okay. Simplify this complex fraction. Well, guess what? It's already written as a fraction over a fraction, one single fraction, top and bottom. I can just write it right away as a division, change the division to multiplication. And now either cross cancel or go ahead. 2m's, 4m's, 2 more on bottom, 3n's, 1n, 2 more on top, 2p's, 1p, 1 more on top. Cancel things out. And you can see everything that's left if you want to. Remember the old school ways of writing it all out. And then you just cancel stuff out. Now, I would never do that. This is the long way of doing it. I would have just went right into my answer right here by counting. Okay, again here, common denominator. So the common denominator of this is both together. So this side's missing a b minus 2, and this side here is missing an a plus 1. Down here, same thing. Common denominator is going to be these together. So this side's missing an a plus 3, this side's missing a b minus 2. So it looks like that. Now simplify. B times 1 is B. Negative times 1 is minus 2. 2 times A is 2A. 2 times 1 is 1. Or excuse me, 2. Here's your common denominator. Same thing down here. 2A plus 6. 1B minus 2. Now careful because of this. Okay. Remember, careful because of that. That's a minus B and then a plus 2. Here I can just go straight across. If a B, negative 2, positive 2. Ooh, that's nice, gone. But I have a 2A. Down here, 2A, no other A's. 6 minus negative 2 is 8, and then minus B. Okay. Change it to big division. Change that to now multiplication and flip this whole thing upside down. These two will go away. And I'm looking, yeah, that's it. Okay, now the second way of doing this is multiplying by the least common denominator through everything. If you multiply by the least common denominator all the way through, that's get rid of your denominators everywhere, and you just have a fraction on normal number fraction on top and normal number fraction on bottom. Okay. The way we do it is just like we did for finding common denominator. And remember that other day where I made you practice finding the least common denominator? You don't like it? Okay. That's what we're going to do here, and that's why we did some practice on them. Okay. So find the least common denominator of all the fractions within the complex fraction. Multiply both the numerator and the denominator. Multiply every single term. You can't multiply just some. Every single thing has to be multiplied through. So if you look through here, we have a 3, 4, 9, and a 2. Common denominator is 36. 3, 4, 9, 2. I would start with a 9. Does a 3 go into 9? Yep. Does a 4? No. So what does a 4 and 9 both go into? Well, I'd start with 9, 9, and then 18, no. 27, no. 36, yes. So 9, 4 go into 36, 3 goes into 36, 2 goes into 36. I'm going to multiply everything by 36, every single term. If you do that correctly, you should not have any more fractions left on top. And remember, you say, okay, 3 goes into 36 12 times, 12 times 2 is 24. 4 goes into 36 9 times 1 is 9. 9 goes into 36 4 times 4 is 16. 2 goes into 36 18, 18 times 1 is 18. So now you notice, I don't have any fractions, no complex fractions left. Now it's normal. Just take 24 minus 9 over 16 plus 18, and then if possible, reduce. 15 over 34, no. Done. Now down here, least common denominator. Now this one doesn't have one, this doesn't have one, so I don't care about these right now. I look for the least common denominator of my fractions. A and A. That makes it easy. The least common denominator is just A. So I multiply every single thing by A. 2A minus 6. 3A plus 4. These A's go away. So there it is. And now rewrite it as division. Okay. Sorry. It's done. Can I simplify? Can you factor out a 2? Figure out 2, that'd give me a 2 and then a minus 3. That's not going to help. So no, that's it. Okay, a little harder one here. On this bottom I have an a squared b. Here I have an ab squared. Here I have an a squared b squared, and here I have an ab. Okay, so it looks like I have to have an a squared because I have one here and here, and I have to have a b squared because I have one here and here. So my common denominator is a squared b squared. Multiply everything by a squared b squared. There it is. Now when I do this, these a squareds go away, 1b goes away, 1's left, 2b. Now I come over here. 1a goes away, both b's go away, so I have a times 3. Here, this whole thing goes away, just leave me 4. Here, this a and b cancel out 1a, 1b, leave me just an ab times 1. Okay, can I factor out 2 and a 3? Nope, I'm done. I can't factor anything out of the top or the bottom. That'll help. Okay, here we have a messy looking thing here. I have a 1 over x and x minus 1, x minus 1. Common denominator here looks like x minus 1 and an x. So my common denominator is x and x minus 1. Multiply everything through by x and x minus 1. Now when I do this term here, the x's go away, leave me x minus 1. When I take this whole mess times this over here, the x minus 1's go away, leaving me just the x. On the bottom here, these x minus 1's go away, just leaving me the x. So now I distribute through and clean it up. Now I clean up a little bit here. X minus 1 plus 2x. So I have an x plus 2x is a 3x and a minus 1. And nothing I can do. Do not cross off x's. That's it. Can't factor anything. Down here, x minus 4. Here, x squared minus 16. I bet I can do something with that. I can rewrite that x squared minus 16 as x plus 4 and x minus 4. Okay, then my common denominator is an x minus 4 and an x plus 4. So multiply everything by x minus 4, x plus 4. When I do that, this will go away. When I do that here, this whole thing goes away. This is gone and this is gone. So on top, I will have an x plus 4 times a 2x plus 3. On the bottom, I just have that. So it looks like this. And, oh, that's nice. The 2x plus 3's go away. Leave me just x plus 4 over 2x minus 3. And that's it. Okay. From the same answers obtained, if I could have done this either way, but this one's a little nicer. And finally, the last one, number 10, take some time, work on it, because I'm going to go just to the answer. Again, you could do either method, does not matter, you choose. If you did here, if you look for the common of the whole thing, it's going to be x plus 3 and x. If you want to get this as a single fraction, you change this into x over x, and then 3 plus x over x, and then flip multiply, doesn't matter. I'm going to give you the answer. Now, if you get stuck and don't get the answer, all you have to do is type this into your web browser. It'll take you right to a YouTube video that will show all this being done. Okay. I hope this helped out a bit, and hope you're having a good rest of your day. And don't forget now, do your homework, and please be nice to my sub. And your homework's just going to be the next worksheet, 9.5b. Thanks. Have a good one. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 9.5b. Oops, 9.7 should be 9.5b. All right, have a good one. Bye.